Hi there, hello, you're welcome here at Speed of Light today in real life from Köln in Germany. And my object today, the actual newspapers, Tagesspiegel Berlin, Süddeutsche Zeitung München, Munich from Munich, with different headlines, all those important newspapers of the German edition, Frankfurter Allgemeine Zeitung, Wednesday 14th of August, Deutsche Bahn, some problems. My idea for now is a special guest from The Guardian. I found here in this additional small paper from The Guardian of yesterday a note by John Grisham. John Grisham and I will give you a little introduction of this. So, sorry for this chaos here. When John Grisham heard that Guantanamo prisoners were requesting his books, the books of John Grisham, prisoners were requesting the books of John Grisham, he wanted to learn more about these fans, what he discovered about Nabil Hadjarab. Nabil Hadjarab, this is his face, a portrait of a prisoner from Guantanamo, is a young man. What he discovered, who has been locked up there for the past 11 years, Muchos saludos por Gustel Molat, 11 years. Much of it in solitary confinement horrified him. It horrified John Grisham, and he said, the US was dead wrong, but no one can admit it. Speed of light, and this is here a small positioning of John Grisham. I will give you a try. About 2 months ago I learned that some of my books had been banned at Guantanamo Bay. Apparently detainees were requesting them and their lawyers were delivering them to the prison, but they were not being allowed in because of impermissible content of books of John Grisham. I became curious and tracked down a detainee who enjoys my book. My books. His name is Nabil Hadjarab, and he is a 34 years old Algerian who grew up in France. He learned to speak French before he learned to speak Arabic. He has close family and friends in France, but not in Algeria. As a kid growing up near Lyon, he was a gifted soccer player and dreamed of playing for Paris Saint-Germain or another top French club. This is he, Nabil Hadjarab. The writer here is John Grisham, the famous author, the successful author. Tragically for Nabil, he has spent the past 11 years as a prisoner at Guantanamo, much of the time in solitary confinement. Starting in February, he participated in a hunger strike, which led to his being force-fed. For reasons that had nothing to do with terror, war or criminal behavior, Nabil was living peacefully in an Algerian guest house in Kabul. Afghanistan on 11 September 2001, following the US invasion, word spread among the Arab communities that Afghanistan's Northern Alliance was rounding up and killing foreign Arabs. Nabil and many others headed for Pakistan in a desperate effort to escape the danger. En route, he said, he was wounded in a bombing raid and woke up in a hospital in Jalalabad. At that time, the US was throwing money at anyone who could deliver an out-of-town Arab found in the region. Nabil was sold to the US for a bounty of $5,000 US dollars and taken to an underground prison in Kabul. There he experienced torture for the first time. To house the prisoners of its war on terror, the US military put up a makeshift prison at Bagram Air Base in Afghanistan. Bagram would quickly become notorious and make Guantanamo look like a church camp. When Nabil arrived there in January 2002 as one of the first prisoners, there were no walls, only razor wire cages. In the bitter cold, Nabil was forced to sleep on concrete floors without cover. Food and water were scarce. To and from his frequent interrogations, Nabil was beaten by US soldiers and dragged up and down concrete stairs. Other prisoners died. After a month in Bagram, Nabil was transferred to a prison at Kandahar, where the abuse continued. Throughout his incarceration in Afghanistan, Nabil strenuously denied any connection to Al-Qaeda, the Taliban, or anyone or any organization remotely linked to the 9/11 attacks, and the Americans had no proof of his involvement save for bogus claims implicating him from other prisoners extracted in a Kabul torture chamber. Several US interrogators told him he was a case of mistaken identity. Nonetheless, the US had adopted strict rules of Arabs in custody, all